Welcome, guys. I'm
Welcome into Jersey Chasers, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It was perfectly
There it is.
timed. The music, mwah, we've been getting perfectly timed every week this week. Welcome into Jersey Chasers. You guys are watching us here on Inside Edge Network. You guys know, like, follow, subscribe, Inside Edge Network. Please, please, please support us how we support you. Also, you see that lovely QR code in the corner. Click that QR code and you'll find all of our sponsors. You can shop Fanatics, you can shop Alley Rose Fragrances, you can shop anything. Please, please support the people that support us. Also, gonna give you a little network update here just to start the show. Tomorrow's show, Thursday's night's coverage. We got the NFL draft special from the Commissioner's Couch with Ryan Mosser and David Cahoon. And then we have a special edition of Midnight Run, aka Double A is can't sleep. The show where he
Insomnia.
cannot sleep. Um, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. He's going to be joined by Chad Bryan and TK Dandridge for Cavs post game and draft reaction immediately following the draft coverage. And then, of course, Fridays, you will catch me and David Ruiz on a mic check take two. Christy, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty exciting. We had the kids and the grandbabies over on Saturday. And typically we have them over on Sundays, but I kind of like having them over on Saturdays. So we actually get a chance to recover and recoup from them being over. Because right now Maya is running us ragged. Oh, it's not pointed. Her playground is back there. The pool, there's a floaty. Like obviously, tis the season to use the outdoors down here in Southwest Florida. So that's what we did all day Saturday. And then Sunday kind of just chilled out and, picked up all the toys and chillaxed. So how about you? How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun and exciting?
Honestly, I worked Saturday and then I went to this place here in Cleveland. It's called Activate. I went with my cousin and a friend of mine. We went to Activate. It was genuinely one of the most fun things I've ever done. Also, at 31 years old, I am not as agile as I used to be. So I was sweating so hard because I would say it's like a big playground. So they had like a thing where you could like you had to follow the patterns and like at one point you had to like jump to get the pattern and you had to like it was really really fun. And then I took them for the first time to Korean barbecue. They had fun there. And
Sounds
then
fun.
Sunday I don't remember what I did because my life just blurs together. Everything blurs together. I don't remember anything. Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah. Hey, JB. Yeah, that's my beau,
But yeah,
JB.
no.
I love
No, it was
JB.
it was it was honestly it was a
You
good
want a
weekend.
compliment?
Yeah, I don't remember what I did this weekend. Oh no, I went to dinner on Sunday too. I don't like I told y'all
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I mean, like,
the days just blur together
I
now.
hung out by the pool, obviously, everybody could tell I'm a lot darker. Like, I've seriously like, I feel healthier now. Like, I love having my tan because when I'm pale, I just feel like I look sickly. So, I'm glad I've got color back. I've been spending a lot of time out in the sun, enjoying it while I can before I start working, hopefully working my butt off soon.
Yeah. I
So
want to also give a shout out to the Cavs. Shout out to the Cavs who visited my job today. Speaking of the Cavs, let's start with them.
oh, cool.
They are up
Yes.
2-0 in
Yes.
their series against the Toronto Raptors. Going a whopping 14-2 against the Raptors. 14-2 is the
Nice.
playoff all time. Um, two games being from like I'm gonna say like 2016. Yeah, the 2016 season.
Mhm.
But yeah, it like have you watched the series so far? Because I've been watching it. Have you been watching it? You haven't
I'm
had
a
a chance
bad
to.
Cavs fan.
Christy, when I tell you it's one of the best series so far that we
Mm.
got. You
Yeah,
got James Harden giving just an immaculate performance, Donovan
yeah,
Mitchell
he'd
giving
be
an
great.
immaculate performance. And then, of course, the Cavs, you have to have a special white guy, whether it be Max Strus, Dean Wade, Sam Merrill. One of our favorite white guys is going to come off the bench and do something. But yeah, no, the Cavs, their game is tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night against the Raptors. You got a watch party coming down in downtown Cleveland. That's actually the fun part of the playoffs in Cleveland.
Nice.
The watch parties are really fun. They're
Yeah.
not doing it at the
Oh,
arena.
I can't imagine.
They're doing them at different establishments around Cleveland. So on the next game, it's gonna be at the Clevelander. Clevelander, if you guys have never been to the Clevelander here in Cleveland, it's so good.
Mm.
Food is good, ambiance is great, everything is great. But
Yeah,
yeah, Cavs are up 2-0 so far. 2-0.
good job,
But
Cats.
we gotta switch to the NBA because again, crazy stuff going on in this league. We got the Lakers up 2-0 with a 41-year-old LeBron James with no Austin Reeves and no
Hey,
Luka Doncic. We got Anthony
all you need is
Edwards.
LeBron.
Yeah, for real. I mean, literally, he has his son out there playing with him in the playoff game. This is like I saw a video the other day that was like, do you know how insane LeBron is? One of his teammates is literally someone he made. Like, this is
Well,
someone that came out of his body.
yep,
That is one of
yep,
his teammates.
yep.
That's a ridiculous nut. I also saw a number that said Steph Curry has like missed the playoffs 40% of the time that he's been in the league, and LeBron
Mhm.
has been in the playoffs 43% of the time that he's been in the league, which is nuts. That's
Yeah, it
nuts.
makes sense though.
How is he doing this at 41?
Obviously, he's had a great personal trainer because after I turned 40, literally 3 months later, I broke. Um, my disc in my neck herniated. Like
Your husband is funny.
Hi, honey.
Shout
But,
out to Dom.
but yeah, I literally broke after I turned 40. So how he's doing it at 41 after throwing himself onto that floor, how many times? I mean, like we all know LeBron's a flopper. As much as I love him, I'll admit he's a flopper. And even the times that he doesn't throw himself down there, that he actually does get thrown down there. I mean, like that's gotta take a toll on your body. So I think he has a great personal trainer. He obviously eats very well. His wife is probably a phenomenal cook. I mean,
Hmm.
like he's been eating her food since they were in high school, so it's got to be good. Um, yeah, genetics maybe. We'll see with Bronny.
Yeah, well, we all kind of know what happened with Bronny. Bronny was on his way to being better than what he is, but again, he had a heart attack. I want people to also realize that Bronny being
Yeah,
on the court is kind of crazy because he had a heart attack.
yeah.
He literally almost died, and now he's literally playing in the league. But yeah, no, LeBron at 41 is crazy because you got like Steph Curry and Draymond Green going out. Of the playoffs. You got Kevin Durant, who is probably LeBron's closest contemporary right now. He's also out. You got a lot of these guys who literally weren't born when LeBron started his career. Some of
That
them
makes
were
me feel old.
babies. Some of them weren't even born. And now
Yeah.
he's going up against these guys. And I think it's probably one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. LeBron is literally going to go down as the greatest athlete of all time. Not just the greatest basketball player, but literally the greatest athlete, because to do what he is doing at 41 is crazy.
I love that you
But
said that.
yeah, he literally is. He's like, if you think about it, look,
There's so
I'm
many haters
31.
out there.
I'm 31. At 31, my knees hurt. My back hurts.
Aw.
Literally the week I turned 30, I'll never forget, my hips started hurting.
Oh, yeah, I feel
I'm
that
like,
now.
what is going on? So he's 10 years older than me, and he is in probably much better shape than half the people in that league. He's in like much, like everything is crazy. But we got to move on to another story in the league, and that is the Portland Trailblazers. So they're going up against the San Antonio Spurs. They've actually had a documentary come out about a team called the Portland Jailblazers. It came out on
On
Netflix's
Netflix. Yeah.
Untold. A lot of people don't really like it because they think it kind of like is a soft story, like a soft, like you're not telling the whole truth. You're just
I
telling
think
your perspective.
around it. Yeah, kind of well,
Yeah.
kinda like our take on the first thing that came out about Tyra Banks and her America's Next Top
Hmm.
Model. She was involved in that one. So they
Yeah.
kinda tiptoed around a lot of things, and then the real one came out. So maybe we'll get a real one out now. But
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so the Portland Jailblazers came out. Team touched on some things that happened. They touched on some arrests that happened, but that's not why they're actually in the news. So they're actually in the news because
Mhm.
their former owner, who was one of the founders of Microsoft, he passed away almost 10 years ago. Yeah. And so his sister, as his will and testament, has been selling off different pieces. He also owned the Seattle Seahawks. So his sister literally is selling the Seattle Seahawks right now, even though they just won a Super Bowl, because that was
Mhm.
in her brother's will. So the person they sold the team to, he is doing some crazy stuff. So his name is Tom Dutton, and he
Mhm.
decided to do some crazy stuff. So for example,
I
fans
love
will
craziness.
not yeah, fans will not be getting a playoff t-shirt next year, not next year, next game, for game 3 against the San Antonio Spurs. He will not buy rooms for coaches. Coaches have to get their own rooms. He will not make accommodations for personal trainers. Personal trainers have to get their own rooms. And if you are a two-way player, you have to find your way to the playoffs. They're not paying for you to go to the playoffs. And that is insane.
That is
Your
crazy.
team is in the playoffs. You don't want to pay your coaches
Yeah,
for the rooms. You don't
right.
want to pay personal trainers for their rooms. Your players, who are two-way players, who are depending on their livelihood, can't get to the games because you will not provide transportation to and from games, because some of them are still playing in the G League playoffs as well. And then you won't provide giveaways for your fans. Now, mind you, I'm going to explain the intricacy of giveaways because I used to work for a basketball team. Giveaways are not even provided by the team. The team provides the design and they provide the shirt. The giveaways are actually sponsored by a lot of local companies. So if you ever notice, it'll be like
Mhm.
the team shirt and then it'll be a big ass logo on the back somewhere, or a big
Yep,
ass logo somewhere on the shirt. That's because there is a business that is usually affiliated with the team that bought the rights to sponsor the shirt.
yep.
So you don't even want to do that, and you don't even have to pay for it. All you have to do is design the shirt and make sure it gets to the seat.
Which you already pay people to do probably.
You do, because you have giveaways during the season. Every NBA team has giveaways during the season.
Yeah, but
That's
he's a new owner. He just started, so he hasn't given anything away, and evidently he's not going to.
Yeah, he trimmed the support staff. including photographers and reporters. They're not
Mhm.
traveling for the team again. You had his coach Chauncey Billups, who was indicted on charges. Like, he literally
And
is so terrible. And he owns another team. He actually owns the Carolina Hurricanes.
oh
But
no,
but somehow
that's a
he like
conflict of interest.
no, Carolina Hurricanes are NHL.
Uh, uh,
To the
oh,
NHL.
okay, my bad.
But
Shows how
yeah.
much I pay attention to hockey. It's a good thing. I'm actually going to a hockey game this Saturday. Um, the the Kelly Cup series, so it's below.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's just below.
The
Um,
AHL. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We have the Florida Everblades actually here in my backyard, and so Dominic won tickets on the radio station. So we're actually going to go to the hockey game Saturday night. Little date night.
But yeah, I mean, a team literally not giving two shits about like like its players is so baffling. Like, you
The
don't give a shit
coaches
about.
should just not even go. And the players that don't have the transportation, they should just not go and see what the owner does then. I
And
mean,
and learning that he's also only technically been majority owner for 3 weeks. Three
yeah, what do
weeks.
the other don't the other owners have input for that kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah, they do, but he's majority, so as in like he's
He
a major,
overrules.
like, yeah, he overrules everything.
Bleh.
Yeah.
I
But
don't like it.
yeah, it's such a strange series, especially because Victor Wembanyama, he went out last night with a possible concussion. If you like,
Mm.
I saw the clip, he definitely had a concussion. He like
Ooh.
hit his head, and like
Mm.
it's not like football where if you have a concussion, you're out for a couple weeks and you can come back fine. Basketball concussions are like a month long. Like, it's very touchy with basketball. So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's been a crazy NBA season again.
Well,
Like, we.
and I got to touch on the concussion thing because my nephew played
Mhm.
football and he got lots of concussions. And it's not so much that they treat them differently because they're basketball. It's in football, they just don't care. They're like, "You're a
Mhm.
meathead. You get paid a lot of money to go bang your head into other people. So you're gonna get rushed to get better, like we saw with Cam Scadaboo, and we're gonna
Mhm.
throw you out there so that you can run your head into other people." Now with basketball, because the fact that they don't get paid that money to ram their heads into other people, they're
Mhm.
going to take it a little bit more of a gentle approach on it, make sure that they do get better because, I mean, not to say there isn't a lot of thought that goes into football because you got to remember plays and the
Mhm.
calls and stuff like that. But with basketball, there's not really plays that you can call. It's, you got to think right then and there.
Yeah.
So, but anytime you get a concussion, doctors are going to take, the care to make sure that you're healing like you're supposed to, and they're going to push for you to stay rested and relaxed for 4 to 6 weeks.
Mhm.
Your brain
Yeah.
needs
The
time to heal.
the only person I've ever known to get a concussion in basketball was Kevin Love. Just had like a series of injuries one year, and he got a concussion. I remember thinking to myself, only Kevin Love could get a concussion. Only
Another great
him.
white boy paid for the Cavs.
Another great white boy. Another
Yep.
great white boy.
Yep.
Well, let's move on. It's Guardians time. 14 and
Yay.
11 on the series, on the season so far. Jose Ramirez is the second player to win an in-season award. He wins Player of the Week. Team is doing really good. Their hitting is much better. Much better. It's now their bullpen that is insane. I watched the game on Friday
Yeah.
night against the Orioles. The team had a 4-run lead, and their bullpen gave up so many runs. It was also the first time that I've seen the MLB challenges in tact this year, and I've never crashed out that hard. I've never crashed out that hard in a very long time to where I literally had to say, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna put myself in timeout. It was that crazy. But 14-11 with a shaky bullpen, a decent
Mm.
rotation, and better hitting than we thought. That's not bad. Going into the series, they're about to their next series is against the Toronto Blue Jays, which is very strange that they're playing Toronto at the same time as Cav play Toronto, but they're going against the Blue Jays. Blue
Makes it
Jays,
easy on their
hope.
fans. Let's travel it
uh,
back and forth. Watch, they're gonna
honestly,
play in opposite cities on the opposite days, and so back and forth every day.
honestly, the
Get
Toronto
those
Blue
miles in.
Jays also has like 90% of former Guardians on that team, so it's
Yeah.
also just kind of crazy. But yeah, they're going into Toronto. Also, shout out to Austin Hedges, who proposed to his girlfriend Lexi at
Aw.
the end of the game, and he has gone viral. He went viral.
Did
So
she say
we're yes, she said yes. Shout
okay,
out
good.
to Austin and Lexi. But yeah, let's move on to the NBA. Not NBA, NFL. The draft is coming up just tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Mhm.
April 23rd through the 26th. It's gonna be
Yep.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, per usual. Um, in Pittsburgh.
Boo.
Honestly, this might be one of the most interesting drafts because nobody is talking about anything.
No, it's weird. Like, I mean,
Like,
obviously all the fans are, but,
mhm.
like, what we say doesn't matter, you know? I want Tate at 6, but are we gonna do that? Probably not because it'd be a smart thing to do, and the Cleveland Browns don't ever do anything smart during the draft. So my husband has been instructed to make sure if there's anything within throwing reach that he ties me down into the chair, which I'm sure he
Christy,
has no problem with doing.
do you need a Cleveland Browns therapy session right now?
I need a Cleveland Browns therapy session every single day because I am insane for being this much of a fan.
It's okay. Go
All right.
ahead. Go ahead. Talk
Johnny
it
is
out.
writing his resume on a napkin for Jimmy. And he wants the number 2 back, which is too bad because, and it kind of, it may have started back there with Johnny
Mhm.
because I didn't want that kid. I I
Mhm.
I never liked the flashiness. I
I got
like
you.
very understated quarterbacks. Very understated quarterbacks end up being people like Tom Brady. I hate to say
Mhm.
it. But, then we go a couple of years, get a couple of other quarterbacks, then we get Bake. And as
Mhm.
much as I didn't I did not wanna touch Bake with a 10-foot pole because, number 1, I'm an Ohio State fan, number 2, he was like Johnny 2.0, grabbing his crotch, getting in trouble right before and after the draft. I was like, "Oh, here we go again." And, to be honest, I didn't even buy this jersey shirt. Um, I did not buy any of my Baker jersey shirts. They were all given to me. But, I don't ever trust the Browns and what they do. That's why they made a movie about us. And just I'm not very hopeful as usual with the draft. But the good news is we did so well during the offseason building our offensive line. I'm like super excited anyway. So like they could totally piss me off tomorrow. And of course I'll forgive them and everything will be okay. I'm not going to break the TV because Dominic's been instructed to take everything, like I said, out of my reach that would be able to break the TV. So, maybe I'd be better off in the middle of the pool. Um, but I've got hope going into this season, and it definitely doesn't start with the draft. But we'll see what happens.
Did you get out your
Doctor,
anger for today? It's okay. I'm Dr. Autumn right now. It's all right. We all need a therapy session. I feel like the Browns therapy session is going to come in handy. But yeah,
Yeah.
This season is going to be, well, this draft is going to be very interesting because once again,
Mm,
nobody is talking about it. I told you the most we've talked about is the potential number one pick having racist tweets in his past, and that didn't even
yeah.
affect anything. He literally is
Yeah.
still out here giving interviews, doing what he wants, doing what he does. It's just
I don't like
honestly,
Mendoza.
yeah,
I never
he's
have.
probably yeah, he's probably gonna go to the Raiders. It's really just it's
Bye.
interesting but not interesting. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I just am bored. But we did get some more news. Mike Tomlin, a man of so few words, will be
That's very little.
joining the NFL coverage. He'll be essentially taking
Oh,
over what Tony Dungy was doing on Sunday Night Football.
ooh,
So we're gonna get a lot of Mike Tomlin quips over
that's
the
that's gonna be crazy.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts.
Because you're right, he's like a man of very few words. Like, I don't think until they made him start doing like the sideline interviews before halftime and coming out after halftime and shit, like you never heard that man speak,
hmm
but they forced him to.
and he said a whole lot of nothing while he was
Yeah,
coaching. A
yeah,
whole lot of nothing.
no,
Kind of
like
just
the obvious. He would state the obvious about what's going on during the first half, what they're going to work on during the second half, which like duh. I could have told you that shit. Sorry.
no, you're okay.
So
You're
it's gonna be
okay.
interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, I love Tony Dungy. Um, I always said that, like, when he was the Tampa Bay head coach, that when Tampa was down during the half, that he would go into the locker room, have a nice sit down with them, like, okay, guys, we need to work on this offense. You need to work on that. Like, I don't
hmm
see Tony Dungy going into the locker room. Like, my dad was a Pee Wee football coach, and he used to bang their helmets together with their heads still in it. And like, yell and scream at these little kids. Like, I don't Tony Dungy was never that kind of coach. So to see him on the sidelines reporting has been kind of cool. Like, and talking. So I'm excited to see what Tomlin has to say. It should be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I don't know. I don't know. He could be the next Bill Cowher, which Bill Cowher everybody kept rumoring he was gonna go back to coaching. He's been in that. He's literally been on CBS since he left that Steelers job. So I
Yeah.
we don't know. We don't know. But
No.
yeah, he will be joining the NFL Sunday night preview game show. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm sorry, we're gonna quickly go through the WNBA. People are signing contracts left and right. After Aja Wilson signed hers, Aaliyah Boston signed a contract with the Indiana Fever for $6.3 million.
You go, girl.
She's which is again nuts.
Get you.
Um,
Sorry.
uh,
I'm throwing you off.
WNBA, no, it's okay. WNBA runner up and one of the owners of Unravel, Nafisa Collier. She will be out until June. And then, of course, WNBA training camp starts and the preseason starts as well. I'm excited. We got two new teams. We got Portland and Toronto. So that means the leagues have expanded a little bit. Of
Yeah.
course, we know that Cleveland will be getting a team. Detroit will be getting a team. Well, Cleveland and Detroit will be getting teams back.
Yes.
Philly will be getting a team. And like, I'm excited. The WNBA is expanding. Also, the NWSL is also expanding to Columbus, Ohio.
Ooh.
So the Haslams will have now a third team in their repertoire, joining the Browns and the Crew. And
Mm.
I'm excited to see what they do because the Columbus Crew, of course, it won the first ever MLS championship in 2008, and they've been a pretty consistent team. I don't,
Wait. In 2008,
yeah,
and they've been a
but then
consistent team for the last 18
yeah,
years?
yeah, they actually have won two championships since then.
Oh, okay.
Their last coming, not this season, but the previous season. So
Well, maybe the
they're
Haslams need to concentrate more on this team.
yeah, yeah.
Win
The
us a
Haslams bought
championship.
yeah, the
Then I'll be
Haslams
excited
bought
about them
that
getting
team, and
another.
that team was already established, so they couldn't mess it up.
Uh,
Um, But I want to talk about the Major League Baseball a little bit more because,
Okay.
Christy, like when
Yeah.
I tell you the things that are happening in Major League
Uh-oh.
Baseball are so hilarious, but also so not hilarious.
Oh,
Um,
is this drama driven?
yes, it's drama
Oh, okay.
driven and it's also really funny.
So I need to get
So
my
we
keys.
have the Mets, the New York
Mhm.
Mets have lost a whopping 12 games in a row. One of Major League Baseball's
Oh, yeah, I
highest
heard they were doing
payroll
pretty bad.
has lost 12 games in a row. A team with Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor has lost 12 games in a row.
They're not the Yankees. They're not the Yankees. Wrong New York team.
Yeah, I mean it's funny but not funny, but it
What's
all
this, breaking news?
no, it's really funny because a team with the highest payroll, they're gonna do the Mets. Mets are gonna Mets. Before the Chicago White Sox of 2 years ago, the Mets were actually the worst team in Major League Baseball history until that Chicago White Sox team took over. And this year's Mets is on pace to do what that White Sox team did. So it probably looks like they're going to be sellers at the deadline unless they figure it out. I'd also just love to see people in New York crash out, whether it be Yankees or Mets. I just think it's funny. I just think it's really funny.
Well, the Mets are never gonna be the Yankees. I mean, let's face it, no matter how much money they spend, they will never be the Yankees.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that if all they had to do was not take the Dodgers and the Giants away from New York, and the Mets wouldn't exist. The Mets are literally half Giants. So if you ever notice, their colors are blue, orange, and
Mhm,
white, and that's because the
mhm,
white is taken from both the Dodgers and the Giants, and then the blue is from the Dodgers, the orange is from
mhm.
the Giants, and they just put them together.
Well,
And that's how
makes
that's
sense to
how the
me.
team was created.
I believe it.
But that like and that's funny news. That's funny. That's more
Yes.
funny. But we got to switch over to a little bit more serious. I was telling you
Okay.
about this before. This story I'm going to tell you about comes from Bradford William Davis. He has a newsletter called iBlack, which talks about different Major League Baseball stories, and he titles his new story "Your Life Is Over, Bitch,"
Oh, that
and
sounds
it's
violent.
yeah,
Not
and the headline is "Your Life is Over, Bitch." MLB decided
mm.
against suspending a former baseball star accused of choking his ex-fiance. She says the league's choice enabled his continued abuse. This story is about former Cleveland Guardian Mike Clevenger. He played for the team. Also, he was drafted by the Angels. He came over in a trade in 2014 when they traded former setup man, and he was supposed to be the closer. They literally like trained him to be the closer, but he ended up becoming a setup man. They traded him for setup man Vinny Pisano in 2014. He joined the team, made his major league debut about a year later in 2015, and he was pretty much a mainstay from 2015 so he gets traded in 2020. So for about 6 seasons, he was on the team consistently, and in 2020 he gets traded because him and his teammate Zach Plesac during the COVID time. So you remember COVID and how nobody could do anything, nobody could go
Mhm.
anywhere. And in Major League
We were
Baseball,
all locked down. Even the
yeah,
NBA players were in bubbles.
yeah, and Major League Baseball was in a similar situation, but they weren't in the bubble. They were still going to games, so like they were still traveling to different cities, but they were only traveling to cities within their vicinity. So they were only like so if you were in the Central, you're really only traveling to Minnesota, Detroit, Kansas City, Cleveland, Chicago. Like all, just those
Yeah.
regions. Yeah, they cut the games in half. There was no fans, nothing, and they had very, very, very strict quarantine rules. And Zach Plesac, who is from Indiana, had family in Chicago, decided to go out in Chicago, lie about it, and he broke quarantine rules. So he got sent down. Team punished him. His career literally has never been the same. He was on the team up until about 3 years ago, and then he signed with the Angels, and I don't know if he's still in the league. But the other person involved, because he lied, was Mike Clevenger. Now, Plesac had only been on the team for like 2 years, and they were like, whatever, we'll deal with you. But Mike Clevenger had been on the team at that point for 5 years. So they
You're
traded
a
him to the
minute.
San Diego Padres. He was
Bye.
on the San Diego Padres for a while. Then a couple of years ago, he signs with the Chicago White Sox for about 3 years, a big contract. And then he's now in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. But about 2 years ago, allegations came out not from his former fiance, but from her friend, because somebody posted a story like praising him, and they were like, "Yeah, you shouldn't praise him. He
He's
sucks."
evil.
He literally threw tobacco on his baby and threw an iPad at his pregnant girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah. So this story comes from the
His friend.
fallout of that. Like Major League
Wow.
Baseball did a whole investigation, and he was cleared of any wrongdoing, and then the next day after they announced that he was cleared of the investigation, he called her from a fake number. And yeah, it's a crazy crazy
And threatened.
story.
Wow.
I'm gonna read you.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead
gonna
and
read
read it.
you.
I gotta get my charger for my laptop. I didn't realize it was
Yeah,
gonna
no, I'm
start
gonna
going
read.
in. Read it.
Yeah, one of the things. It comes from his ex fiance, who shared screenshots and text messages from a fake account that said, "Shut the fuck, you absolute dumbass cunt.
Oh.
Congrats, no one believed you, dumbass bitch." She went through and said, "Hey, fake account, appreciate your follow. Sounds word for word like someone I know anyway." Essentially him. And it's like,
Right.
number one, I left Mike, didn't leave me, had a ring on my finger, could have easily stayed and pocketed on his success. If I wanted money, I would have called the cops and immediately filed a lawsuit. Everybody, absolutely everyone believes
Oh.
me. It's a matter of not me having video proof of anything for the MLB to suspend him. She said, wait till what's coming next from a huge organization and other women, and love a good fake account fight. Sad you can't contact me on a real page. Essentially revealing that he was using a fake account. He also, again, called her,
Mhm.
said, your life is over, bitch. And then she was like, dude, you literally sent child services to my house. I don't understand why you are saying this. And then he said, the cops are looking for you, Olivia. The cops are coming for you. So all of this stalking and harassing you're doing, you're going to jail now. Somehow he was able to obtain a 15-year restraining order on her. Again, he's the abusive one.
That-
He got a restraining order on her. She hilariously, every time he would try to get under her skin, she would she made a fake account that was like, ask him about his STIs,
Oh.
because he has STIs, and she's not even the first woman to accuse him this. His first baby mama, because he has a baby mama. She's baby mama number two. There was a baby mama number one. Baby mama number one was infamous in Cleveland because she constantly talked about him and his behavior,
Mm.
and how he threw his phone at her in the bathtub, how he ripped her out of the bed and tried to assault her, how
Oh,
she
wow.
literally pretended to be asleep so he wouldn't abuse her. His first girlfriend, when he got in the league, she revealed that he threw her he threw her keys at her head, and she said, "Do you know how hard you have to throw something to bend the key?"
Wow.
And this man is still in the league.
Well,
He's
let's not
still
give
in the
him any
league.
more of our time and effort. Let's move on to talking about something else, a little bit
But
more upbeat, more fun, because that
but
guy
yeah,
is,
no, he sucks. He sucks.
yeah,
Um
bye.
yeah, there's a reason why he has a sprained knee. Just know Mike Clevenger sucks.
Mm.
He sucks ass. Don't follow him. He's terrible. Um Gonna move on to some things before we get into some reality TV show. The NHL is a bust because of the WAG jackets. The WAG jackets, look it up later. This is my favorite time of the playoffs because you get to see all the outfits they put together. And then
Right.
Lauren Kyle McDavid, Connor McDavid's wife, she owns a luxury fashion line that designs these jackets, so it's very interesting. You got
Awesome.
a lot of now, yeah. You also got a lot of content creators making content with the NHL. They're really trying to push for their popularity. They're trying to
Well, you know
capitalize off.
why.
Yeah, they're trying to capitalize off our boys, off our
Uh-huh.
boys.
Yep.
Yeah,
Off of heat of rivalry. Yep. They're like, oh, hockey's
absolutely.
hot now. Everybody's into hockey now.
It's like, no, we just want to see hot men. And then also, last but not least, have you seen Olympian Noah Lyles and what he did?
He's not the ice skater, right?
No, no, no.
Okay.
He's track and field.
Yeah, no then. Is he the
So
one
he
that got
recent
hung up on the high jump?
no, he
You
recently
remember that
got
though?
married. Yes, I do. He recently got married to his long-term girlfriend, and they did their
Aw,
first look. And
congratulations.
y'all, I promise y'all, please stop putting stuff on the internet and like being like watching it and you're like, oh, I'm gonna post this. Don't do that. You should have watched it before. I could tell none of them watched it before. And in this video, he like looks at her and he was like, oh wow, I'm so surprised that you picked this kind of dress. And instead of just telling her she looked beautiful and gorgeous, he essentially was like critiquing her dress and critiquing what she looked like. And I'm like, girl, some of y'all
Oh,
just really love to be humiliated.
I need to see that.
It's bad.
Yeah, I need to see
And
that. I
then
love
and
watching
then
a good train wreck.
And then people started like looking into past interviews and they were looking at how they met. And then they were like, she slid into his DMs and
Oh,
he was like,
no.
ah, yeah, she likes me. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Cringe.
It was so cringy. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Let's move on to another cringe fest. We gotta get in our reality shows. Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Christy. There, when I tell you, I, I, whoever casted this
Yes.
show deserves all the money in the world. You had this week, the aftermath of the Studio 54 party. Kelsey apologized to Liz. We found out that Kelsey did date Dino, but she was like, yeah, it was at a
Mhm.
time where me and my boyfriend weren't really talking. And then she essentially alleges that Dino stalked her. Then at a picnic in the park, Alicia was like, "Yeah, I'm scared of Liz. Everybody's scared of Liz." And then tried to deny that she said she was scared of Liz. You had
Denying it.
Joellen's sister. Yeah, you had
Mhm.
Joellen's sister flirting with Joellen's husband and then finding out
Her
that
husband.
her
What is that's
yeah,
a little weird because, yeah, they dated when they were
in
in,
high
like,
school.
middle school or high school, something like that, and so she
Mhm.
Joan's like, "Yeah, I let my sister flirt with him." No, no, that looked so
It was
wrong on so
It
many different
was
levels.
it was so bad. And then
Yeah.
of course, we got Alicia and her aunts. And and one of her aunts
Giving
was like,
Ruella the giving Ruella the
"The
talk, and I
vice."
loved it. I
Oh,
loved it, I loved it. Do you want to be looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life? And you know what? I've asked myself that before with Zoe's dad.
it was the aunt that was saying that her husband wandered,
Mhm.
and Alicia was like, "Wanted?" She was like, "What do you mean wanted?" She said wandered. And she said, "Oh, you mean wandered."
Wandered.
Yo, this show
Their
is
accents.
the accents, the storylines, the mess, the fact that
Yes,
we next week we get a whole episode in which Rula and her husband are at an event and Joellen is watching in real time as the mistress is posting stuff on Instagram. W-
yes. I cannot
Y'all,
wait.
this show is
"Troy, don't
great.
leave us. Troy's upset because we didn't say hi to him. I'm sorry, Troy. We were in the middle of talking w- when I had seen you say, "Hey, give a shout out to the people watching." I'm sorry we couldn't shout out to you right then. I'm not going to interrupt her 50 billion times just to say hi, Troy. I'm sorry.
It's
So if
okay.
you're gone, deuces. If you're still here, hey. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, it's honestly like again, the part where she said, "Yeah," and he wandered, and they're like, "Wanted?" Just
Yeah,
give the person who casted this show $1 million.
I love the
Like
accents.
you
For
don't
the
even
accents
need
alone.
like you don't even need Dolores. Dolores was supposed to be on this show because she was supposed to show these women how to be housewives. You don't need her. You don't even need it.
No,
They are speeding through. They know what to
I
do.
love it. This is funny. It really is.
Yes.
It's like I thought that Salt Lake was great. This combination of women
It works so
because
well.
you got the bachelorette who thinks that she's poor.
Oh, Ashley.
Give me a break. Like,
Ashley.
and Rosie decides she goes on leave from work and says, "I don't want to go back to work again."
Oh yeah, she had colitis, and then and then she told, I forgot about that part where she was like, "Yeah, I had colitis and I had to leave work." And then my after I left work, my colitis just magically cleared up. And then Kelsey was like, "Yo, that's not why she left. I heard she left because she had an affair with someone in the higher up." And I'm like, "Why is everybody cheating? Like, what is going on?"
They're a mess. Like, but
I
whatever.
just I just perfect
Rosie was
show.
talking weird about her husband anyway. Oh, I'm so sorry. As soon as the sun starts going down, I start yawning. Um, but no, Rosie was talking weird about her husband anyway, saying like she didn't think that they were gonna end up married.
Again, I look, I'm trying to give Rosie a chance. I Rosie, from the way she spoke in the after show and different interviews, it sounds like she goes through it this season. I'm not a person
Mhm.
that like to see someone go through it. I like to see someone grow. Now, if she does something crazy, I will be like, "Rosie, you're doing something crazy."
She was kind of trying to stir some stuff up at the luncheon.
Yeah, and then that's when Alicia flipped on her and was like, "Rosie's don't try it with me." And then
Yep.
they apologized. But I honestly, right now, Rosie's looking like front runner for a villain because every season he's a villain. We see next week, Ashley goes to get her hair done by Kelsey, and Kelsey is like, "Oh yeah, I really don't have a great experience with Rosie. I did her hair once, and she didn't tag me on Instagram." And I think,
Yeah.
as much as I think they're trying to make Rosie the villain, I unfortunately think Rula is going to be the one that
It
is going
should
to
be
end up looking
Joellen.
crazy. Joellen is great, but Joellen is the kind, she's kind of like Mary. Like Mary knows she's the drama. Mary knows she has a lot of stuff going on, but she's so unburdened by it and she doesn't care
Yeah.
that that's why people like her. And I feel like Joellen is the same thing of like she knows that she is the drama, that she knows she's bringing it because she bringing it.
We're
Again,
gonna
your
see it next
sister.
week. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
again,
Yeah.
like,
Ew.
but yeah,
Anyway.
that's again immaculate casting. Show is great.
Yes, very good.
Let's move on to another Bravo show, The Valley,
Yeah.
episode 3. We get a whole bunch of stuff that happens in this episode. We get Brittany's boyfriend, Brandon. Well, she says that she didn't want him to be her boyfriend, but she accepts him as her boyfriend. We find out that he's from Kentucky. He
But
has two baby.
he lives like past Robles, so he lives like
Hmm.
3 hours away. He doesn't live in Kentucky anymore, which we thought he lived in Kentucky.
Hmm.
But surprise, nope, he lives 3 hours away, which is still close enough like for weekend visits, which we haven't really seen. They went, you know, to their little Caribbean vacation, but other than that, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So she he lives in Paso Robles. He claimed to Nia that they were related. But we saw him get into a little bit of the drama. The cast goes to visit Danny and Nia's house in Santa Clarita, a place where every single person said is so far away that they would never drive out there. We see that, and we see that Brandon stirs up some drama. He stirs up some drama between Jasmine, Michelle, and Lala.
Yeah.
I didn't even understand what they were fighting about. I still don't understand what they're fighting about. It seems really stupid, but it seems like he just wanted to insert himself into somewhere where it didn't even need it
Right.
to be.
Lala Lala's cool with everybody. She said, she's got no problems with anybody. And Brandon overheard, or Brandon was talking with Jasmine, and Jasmine said something about she doesn't trust Lala and that that's not somebody that she would normally hang out with. Well, she just hung out with Lala a couple days before. They had the
Oh
clip of
yeah,
them together. So why is
the
Jasmine
Y2K
saying
thing.
yeah, so why is Jasmine saying that? No, like, they literally went out to lunch too. They showed a clip of them at lunch together, just the 2 of them. Yeah. So, for Jasmine to say that she doesn't hang out with Lala, that's what threw me. Because as soon as she said that, they showed the clip of her and Lala having lunch together, talking just the 2 of them. And then it goes back to Brandon goes and tells Lala for some reason that he was talking to Jasmine about some conversation that they had in the car. Lala's like, "You were in my car. That was my safe space. So first of all, shame on you for doing that." But like also, he threw Jasmine under the bus
Mhm.
for saying that Jasmine said she doesn't want to like hang out with Lala. She don't really trust her. And so it's just like, I guess that Lala and Jasmine were friends way back when, and something happened, a fallout. They whatever, grew apart. Lala's got 2 babies now. Of course, she's grown apart from people. My kid's learning that now because she has 2 babies. It happens, but hopefully they're able to figure that shit out. It adds for
Yeah.
good TV.
Yeah, it really does. Honestly, I'm look, I'm liking this season without Jax. We don't
Yes.
need Jax Taylor on this season for it to be drama. Next, well, the episode that's gonna air tonight, pretty soon, is going to be Danny. Oh, well, okay. So Danny confronts Luke this past episode and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
you are my friend. I consider you my friend. I think it's very strange that you're hanging out with Jason. If you don't know what happened last season, Janet and Jason essentially kept pushing the agenda that Danny was this dark individual who did all these terrible things after the incident with Jasmine. And he was like, "Hey, Luke, you are my friend. I consider you very close, especially because their wives have kids that are literally a week apart." So he's
Right.
like, "I don't really like that you hang out with Jason." And so Jay Luke is having
Like,
a night where he's inviting all the boys and he's inviting Danny and he's inviting Jason so they can talk it out. And if I'm Danny, I would never let my foot up of Janet and Jason's neck ever.
I wouldn't let it off Janet's because
Well, Jason is her mouthpiece. He's her puppet.
if he would stop, if he would draw the line, if he would apologize, then I'd be like, "Okay, you're fine." But who knows? We'll have to see how the conversation goes. And, you throw something like that out there, that's a strong allegation.
Mhm.
And that can ruin someone's reputation, especially in the business that he's in. And he's got
Yeah.
4 little
404.
babies. Yep, 4 to 4. So, it's just people should watch what they say and how they say it and like what they say it in front of.
Yeah,
They knew what
I
they were
was
doing.
yeah, it really was insane. I saw a creator on TikTok and she was talking about how she's on Janet's side and she doesn't understand why the cast is so mean to her and she doesn't understand why people are so mean to her and Danny and Nia are enablers and Luke and Kristen are enablers. I'm like, did we watch the whole same last season of the Valley? Janet and Jason actively
Yeah.
pushed something that did not happen. Like the Jasmine and Danny incident happened. Jasmine and Danny figured that out on their own.
Yeah.
But you coming and saying, well, he's being aggressive with
Yeah.
women in Jax's bar, and I've been told he gets so drunk that this happened and that happened. You are literally perpetuating a rumor in which everybody is saying, we don't know if that was true.
Why
Like,
you keep running with it?
yeah, and we do know, like from previews, that Janet, it gets to her that nobody wants to be her friend.
She plays a victim.
Yeah, it gets to her that nobody wants to be her friend. And we kind of see in the beginning of like episode 1, we see Kristen cuss her out at Brittany's house. We see Brittany not really like take up for her, which I'm finally,
Right?
finally, girl,
Let them
finally.
figure that shit out on their own.
So I mean, I'm very interested to see this sit down between Danny and Jason, because I
Mhm.
like that Danny is standing on business. I like that Nia stood on business when Janet tried to come up to her. I
Yes.
like that Jasmine stood on business, because again, these are the three people that are really really affected by the things that she said last year.
Mhm.
Again, you brought up an incident where Jasmine was assaulted,
Yeah. You weren't
and
even
then
involved in it.
you weren't involved in it. You weren't even there. It's yeah, just so much,
Mind your
so much.
business. Just mind your business.
Literally. Um, we're gonna go through a couple more things quick. Below Deck Down Under, end the season at this point.
Oh,
I'm so sick
geez.
of it.
Mike,
End the season.
Mike and Alicia, just go banging out in the room in a cabin. Like,
Please, Mike and his bloated face needs like to, every time I see him, I'm like, you look like a fish. Your filler is so bad that it's making you look like a fish. And he's doing
uh,
things and he's blaming Alicia, and Alicia's not knowing any better. And it's just like they're going back and forth, and it's like you're both terrible, and you
yeah,
both are not listening to Daisy. And I understand fully Daisy sitting them
yeah,
down and being like, "Look, you are adults. Stop being
figure it
selfish."
out. Yeah. And Ellie thought it was all about her.
As usual.
And if you watched the after, you know, she was kind of peeved about that. She's like, spend your time making stuff for the guests, not
Oh yeah, because she
for the
made
deckhands.
yeah,
The
she made
cake,
somebody a birthday
wow,
cake.
that's
Yeah.
wow. And then he ended up admitting that he was kind of leading Ellie on with text messages that we didn't know about until the after show after he broke it off with her. So, I mean, like, shame on him. And he should do better as a human, as a man, you know. Don't lead women on. That's not nice. Especially, you see she's giving you that much attention. You could tell she's feeding into it and you feed into it even more. But you openly admit that you like Daisy. You obviously don't like Daisy that much because you totally disrespected herself or her.
If I told y'all, if there's one man in the Below Deck franchise that absolutely every single time deserves a swift kick in the face, punch in the guts, punch in the
I
nuts,
was rooting for
it's
him.
Joao.
I was
Joao
rooting for him.
sucks. He has
Yeah,
sucked since
he
he was
does.
on Below Deck Med. He
I know.
sucks. And every
I
season that
know.
he's on this show, I'm like, y'all, he comes back with the same attitude of I did better with his South African accent. He comes back and he said, I'm not the same person. I'm trying to be a captain. I'm trying to be better. And he gets
I'm
there and he
learning.
sucks every single time. Even when he gets there at the end of the season, like he did last year, he still sucks.
Well, as the not bosun. Well, he's the bosun, right?
Yeah, he's the bosun.
Okay, because I haven't heard him called that. But anyway, as the bosun, he is doing a good job at keeping his crew, the deck crew, in line, do what they need to do. It's not nearly as chaotic as it was last season or the season before,
Mm-hmm.
but his love life. Like I said, I was rooting for him until he did this to Ellie. And then once he did it to Ellie, I was like, oh, no, screw that. Like, you're just a jerk. You don't deserve Daisy.
Literally, this season of Below Deck, I was so much potential. Ben sucks too. I'm sick of him being a whiny little baby. It's just so much
Yeah,
happening. Like it's just time for them to end the season. Jason, every time I look at him in the after show, I'm like, you look stressed out.
we have 4 more
Daisy,
charters.
oh my god,
Yeah,
it's about to be the longest season.
that means
Um,
8 more episodes at least, I think.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna get a reunion. I think they should. Honestly, this crew is a hot mess.
They
Like,
should.
yeah, they should get a reunion. Um, we go through a couple other shows. Summer House. We get finally okay. This show is airing in real time, and the things that are happening in real time is so crazy. So again, the show is about the summer house from last year, so it's last summer. So Wes and Sierra finally have a sit down talk and they talk about their friendship. They cry together. She cries and she tells him she misses him. He says, I miss your friendship. They come together, they hug it out. Um,
Mm.
and then right before this, they're in the city because sometimes they shoot part of the episode in the city before they go to Montauk. Wes and Amanda are talking, and Amanda's essentially berating him, being like, look, I love Sierra. Sierra's my best friend. You cannot continue to disrespect her like you did by having a girl sit on your lap and kissing her, and Sierra is right here next to you. And it's just so disrespectful knowing that Wes and Amanda are together, and then him coming out and saying, yeah, Amanda's having a really hard time, guys, because her number got leaked. Who's leaking Amanda Batula's number? Nobody is leaking that lady's number.
Uh,
And him being like, yeah, we've been together since February. Bullshit. We all know it's sooner than February. Bullshit. And it's just like, it's infuriating. They shoot the reunion this week. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see him get a verbal lashing from every single person. And then Kyle Cook did something even dumber. He made out with former Real Housewives of Orange County star Megan King Edmonds in the middle of the street. And it's just like, oh, these people, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I love the hot messes.
And then one last Bravo show. I told you need to watch this show. It's like OG Vanderpump Rules. It's stupid crazy. It's Southern Hospitality.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you've told me.
based off of Southern Charm. One of the people who used to be on Southern Charm, she's kind of like the Southern Lisa Vanderpump.
Mhm.
This episode, we find out that two of the single people go on a date together. Justin and Mia. But Justin is in a situationship with one of his coworkers named Jordan, and Jordan's roommate Molly actually encouraged Mia to go on this date
Oh.
because she wanted to show Jordan that Justin was terrible.
Oh, good Lord, that's messy.
Yeah. And then instead of them all being mad at Justin, the dude who did this, they all are mad at
The
Mia.
roommate.
No, Mia, the girl who went on a date with him, who's not
Oh,
friends with the other, not friends with the situationship girl.
oh,
They're mad at Mia. And now Mia's like, I don't understand why you guys are mad at me. I went on a date. I'm single. He's
yeah,
single. I'm not friends with this girl. Like, what is the problem?
right.
And they essentially are just like, yeah, no, you're a terrible friend because you knew he and it's like, girl, this is what I don't miss about my 20s. Dating men
They're
who
not men at that
clearly
age.
tell you they don't like you. And then you're defensive over the fact that they don't like you.
Get over it, move on.
It's a great show. You should watch it. It's so good. It's so good. It is so good. This week coming up is so much. It's so good.
I'm
Um
hoping to get busier so I don't have any time, but we'll see.
yeah, I'm gonna just quickly go through a couple more things. Singer David, who was popular on TikTok, he was charged this week with first degree murder
Good,
after
it's
a
about time.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
Jeez.
really about time. Again,
Good Lord. 3
it's
years, 2
been
years, something like that?
it's been 6 months since a
Oh, that's
dismembered
it.
body was found in his Tesla. The
Yep.
dismembered body was a 14-year-old girl whom David was allegedly having a relationship with. They released the not toxicology. Well, they released toxicology and the MA reports, and she was reportedly stabbed twice, had abrasions on her hand from like defensive wounds,
Yes.
and then her body was dismembered. Her remains were left in the trunk. She decomposed so badly that her head, like her skull, was part skeletal and one of her eyes was missing
Oh,
because she was in the front trunk
trunk
of
for
his
so long.
Tesla.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has been charged with first degree murder. sex abuse, lying in wait, and
Oh yeah.
some of these charges carry life imprisonment terms, and some also carry death penalty
Death.
terms. And the more stuff that comes out, the more people are like,
Yeah.
throw the book at him.
Yes.
Throw the book at him.
He
He
deserves it.
he he is a terrible person. What he did to that young girl is really, really awful. There's so much evidence that it
Yeah.
was him.
But duh.
Um and then Coachella weekend 2, the internet bullied Justin Bieber into having a better performance. He still put on his bullshit, but I'm
Uh,
glad it was better than before. We got a lot of surprise performances. You got Madonna coming out during Sabrina Carpenter. You had Zara Larson coming out during Pink Panthers. It was just a whole bunch of good stuff. But we're gonna move on real quickly because we're almost at the end. I promise you, we are almost at the end. Christy, I gotta tell you, my
yeah.
favorite internet media is coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yeah.
morning,
Yeah.
Run BTS will be coming back.
Ah.
I told you, you watched Kim Sok Jin on Cayenne's
Yep.
Bazaar B&B.
BB. Hmm.
Run BTS is one of the best shows on the internet.
You sent me a link and I started
Mhm.
watching it,
Mhm.
and I don't like the fact that it's not dubbed over in English. Number one,
You got to read the subtitles.
I have to read the subtitles. I hate reading. I'm dyslexic. It's hard. It hurts my face. I have to pay that much more attention to the screen. Um, but the fact that he's going to kidnap somebody sounds funny.
Yes, he decides to kidnap his bandmate J Hope the day after he gets out of the military. They were supposed to do like military drills because he was supposed to like pretend like he was going back to the military.
Mhm.
But instead of that, the staff tricks him and they have to so on different episodes they would go to like a haunted zoo, or like they would have these really elaborate setups where they were essentially have to find all these items and then win the prize. And
Mhm.
so as they're on their way, the staff is like, yeah, we're not going to do that military training that you wanted him to do. You have to go in the zombie infested hospital and find the prize. And it is, when I tell you, that episode
Oh,
had me
geez.
dying
All right.
laughing.
I will watch it. I will read it.
Yes,
I
yes.
will read
That's
it.
not that's not even the funniest one. That's the most recent one. The funniest ones are any of them involving water. But they literally come back tomorrow, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I'm excited. I went to go see the BTS concert film a couple weeks ago, and I am now planning a trip to go see BTS because I'm obsessed.
Guess,
And they're
guess
in
what I'm
Tampa.
guess what I'm doing for Mother's Day.
What are you doing for Mother's Day?
Me and my mom and my sister are gonna go watch the new Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, yes, Michael is coming out. Yes, yes, yes,
Friday.
yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Super
Michael is coming
excited.
out. Yes, everybody's excited about Michael coming out.
What?
Why did you just go out of focus?
Why am I so fuzzy? Oh, wait, look, I'm back.
You're back. You're back.
I
You're
can't move that
back.
much.
But yeah, no, you guys, we're at the end of the show. We're
Thank
at
goodness,
the
because I
end
went
of
fuzzy.
everything. Yeah. Yeah, Christy's gonna go see Michael. I'm gonna watch them run BTS. Like I said, tomorrow you will have full draft coverage with the Commissioner's
Yes.
Couch and Midnight Run with Anthony Alford to hold you over. We got Mike Check Take Two coming up this Friday as well. We're finally back after everything that's been happening with my family, my grandma, and everything. Um,
Yay.
it's gonna be an interesting day. Oh, also we got Cavs post game show coming up on Sunday. Hopefully, we don't need any more Cavs post game goes after Sunday, y'all. Please, please,
Why?
please.
If they don't have any more postings, doesn't mean they
We
won't
want
get
them to sweep the Raptors. We want them to sweep the Raptors.
Oh, okay. You don't mean for like ever. You just mean in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, then that makes sense. I'm all
Yeah.
airheaded.
You're okay. You're okay. Also, click that beautiful, beautiful QR code at the top. You will find our sponsors. Shout out to our sponsors. You're the reason why we can be on this air, do what we do. Follow Inside Edge Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Follow us. Follow us on Instagram at Jersey Chasers and on TikTok at Jersey Chasers Pod. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeart, Spotify. Yeah, we just want to say thank you per usual. If you listen to a show, you liked our show, whatever you want, please and thank you. We love
I'll
you.
try to notice you quicker than I noticed Troy. Okay.
It's
It was
okay.
3 minutes, Troy.
It's all right. Sometimes we don't get to all the comments, but we are so happy if you are watching and you are listening. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's on the camera. It's on the screen right now. Look, listen to us wherever you get your podcast.
Or
If you
above
have
bottom.
like, if you have Apple Podcasts, if you have Amazon Music, if you even have iHeartRadio, you can listen to us. Spotify, YouTube, wherever
Everywhere.
you get your podcasts, we are there. So, like I said, we love you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for your support. Love you.
Have a good night.